Hello, good morning. I hope this is loud enough. Let me just check that I did it on loud. No, it could be louder. I don't know whether this actually makes a difference. I'm not a real techie, but it's Monday and it's the 27th of September. Good morning, Vietnam. I'm just kidding. It's not quite Vietnam, is it? Don't listen to the radio anymore, really. Don't like this stuff. They're broadcasting the mainstream media. Who still listens to that? Who still listens to that? Last Monday was the equinox. They're great, these instruments, aren't they? I have been showing them at all my live streams actually on the Mondays because, as you know, or the ones who are listening, this was a Monday morning live stream for my drum circles. I used to do them at the drum circle, like a minute or so, if you haven't listened before, and there is like 700 videos on my channel over the last 9 years where I record people who were in my circle, children who are now, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, and who were like 2, 3, 4 when I started all of this. And it's a lovely journey. You know, I think in some ways non-verbal communication is much easier than words, because words are perception. Words can be misconstrued. Words can defeat an object sometimes. You talk a lot and people stop listening. I know. That's life, isn't it? We need to stand our own ground, really. Sometimes talking to oneself is a good thing. So how are you all doing? It's been really interesting last week or so, I find anyway, that people are sort of waking up to the fact that we're not as free as we thought we were. And that's quite a shock and realization for many people, and for me it certainly was, because seeing all these pictures and the demonstrations, we certainly are not enjoying this control, are we? And buying a cup of tea and having to give my details is just completely unacceptable to me. I would not do it, and I wouldn't want to give a false name or any of that nonsense, because what's in a name anyway? Bowls always have something very holy in them, I find. There's something very holistic about singing bowls. because they give off a frequency. These are Reiki balls. I lost one of my Reiki balls because it fell on the floor. These are not so delicate. I love, love, love the crystal bowls. They're beautiful. But the problem with bowls is, if they're made out of crystal, you drop them and then that's the end of them. So I'm not brave enough to have bought crystal bowls, and I know several people who have some, and it's better to go to them and have a treatment with sound. I love sound treatments. Something I discovered, wow, maybe 10 years ago or something. I have a gong. I sound my gong just because I can. I have my bowl in my living room now. I used to live in my van when I was driving around with it, but it's nice to have a big gong. It's a Kundalini gong, which does not really. I haven't had a sound therapy with gong. You know, I'm not a gong master. I just play the gong, and I play most things without being maybe a master at it, because mastery is brilliant and teaching is brilliant, but improvising is really my favorite thing. You know, like today, I wasn't really prepared for this morning. Other mornings, sometimes I have time, I make my juice, and then I know I'm going to come on. In the beginning of the time of the COVID, I sort of prepared myself a little bit. But the last few Mondays, I sometimes wondered, shall I even do a live stream? Because didn't really feel like it. You know, lots of stuff has been going on, and then I thought, you know, this has always been a really cheery live stream generally. You know, I like to be cheerful. It's my favorite state of being, of being cheerful and drumming, and that's why I've run groups for the last 9 years, and that has grown and then has morphed into something else, and I drummed with organizations for team building like the NHS and like the Shabbat, Jewish Shabbat I've done every summer, and then I did a Christian Luncheon Club, and then I do I work a lot with special needs, autistic children, adults with dementia, adults with disabilities, special needs adults. We used to do the Tuesday Club. I've done that for the last 7 years. Paula did such a good thing there, having a club and gathering for adults, you know, with Down syndrome and so on, because people always used to think in the past that they die early, and they're not. I've met people with Down syndrome in their 70s. Michael. So my work has been very, very diverse and got more and more diverse over the years. And now we're at a time where we're not allowed to gather and sing together, so that's already a very sinister way of manipulating the population. I don't like it at all. I've been reading a lot of Voltaire, actually. I love the things he said. I never even knew about Voltaire. Well, of course I knew he was French and all of that, but I didn't know much about him because I didn't learn that at school. Now, of course, I've discovered that anything of his really importance, like self-reliance and self-minding business, is not taught at school, and we all know why. So here, 7 years ago, I have to do something peaceful today, because the world is really coming to a kind of a boiling point, and I think it's really important to keep your composure, your own composure. This is so good. I have been listening to the Time of the Sixth Sun. This is a Facebook group as well, and they do Monday circles, which are Monday circles. Monday nights they do a live stream, and I love it. Very nice. So this was Grandmother Drum. What else have we got here then? Which is quite nice to play, because I do like to play a little bit in between talking. I'm getting a bit tired of hearing people talking. Well, I don't watch the news, so you know, we all know that there is the dogs buried because the news is not to be believed. So you have to really step away from everything you've known, I suppose. And I'm in the process of doing that in many ways, which is great in some ways. We all wanted a change, didn't we? HighKey's cliff top. I do like the cliff tops. Let me share one with you. What is this? Isn't it nice? Those were the days. That was a nice little clip, wasn't it? So, let me see. That was really a lovely cliff top. That cheered me up now. See, I guess we all have our own tools, you know. What is it? What is it? What makes us feel better? You know, maybe we used to think it was buying a new Mercedes, or I've said that before. And because I have to think of this song, Mercedes-Benz, I think it must have been, what was her name? Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Why can I not think of her name? Isn't that typical? Joan Baez. Was it Joan Baez? I'm not sure actually now. It doesn't matter. Here's one of my favorite songs, and it seems like almost ages ago that I did this with a big group. A small group, but we all like it. That was the 5th September 2016. Wasn't that nice? That was one of my favorite little songs at the end of a circle. I don't know when it started, years ago. And then one of my participants was saying, why don't you ever do the second verse? And I mean, I don't know the second verse. It's sad, isn't it? Well, how was the second verse? Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. You know what? I have another verse. If I get there before you do, coming for to carry home, I dig a hole and pull you through, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. See, if I get there before you do, I dig a hole and pull you through. Now, what does that even mean? Am I becoming all mysticism here? I dig a hole and pull you through. I think it's just a verse, you know, like Hitler only had 2 balls or 1 ball or anything like those things. We make them up. How true are they? How true is anything? How true? What's truth? What's trust? Trust. Trust, trust, trust. I have learned it's a very good thing to trust yourself first, before you trust anybody else. And your own trusting is actually here. And this is not very helpful at the moment, because they're trying to mess this up. So, maybe one has to learn to trust in oneself, because the thing is, I made mistakes. Yeah, loads of them. Or mistakes. Well, like at work. If you're at work, I once sent an email to a competition of the person I want to send it to. and I almost shat myself. It was such big business, and it went to the wrong person, and thank God his secretary saw it. And I phoned her up and I said, can you please make this disappear? Because I've made a mistake. And my goodness, was I careful after that. Some things you tell some people and don't tell other people. I'm talking business now. But of course I'm not in business. I'm a person. And I like to play the drums, and I like to play the bowls, and I like to sing and dance. That's what I like to do. I came to England. I came to England 37 years ago. 38. And I thought I was freer. Freer than I was in Germany. Was I really knowing what I was doing? Yeah, I did. Because I got married, had a daughter, lived a very happy life. And then I came to Bournemouth 10 years ago. And I learned that there is more than meets the eye. Not that I didn't know it much before, I always knew. But only knowing is not good. You shall know them by their work. Yes, I moved to Bournemouth. Sorry, I got lost there. I moved to Bournemouth in 2011. I had this inspired wish in 2010, having lived in London for 30 years. And loved it most of the time. It's just that the treadmill was getting faster and faster and faster and faster. And I was getting older and older. And you just thought, oh my God, what did I always want to do? I wanted to live by the coast. Let's move to the coast. So, that's what we did. And here I am. It was a bit scary at the time. Because I always thought I need to be in London. What nonsense. But then I didn't work in a particular, you know, I was self-employed, so nobody telling me what to do. Nobody telling me to wear a mask, nobody telling me to put a stick up my nose, nobody to open my mouth to have a look at my DNA at the back of my throat. No way, Jose. So, it is all about your own mastery, self-mastery, and there are many, many coaches for that, aren't there? And I find that it is helpful to be in a community with people who are also free thinkers. I've never thought it was as important as it is now. Because we are delving into ourselves, aren't we? And it's really good to do this maybe with people who are of the same mindset. The only thing which one has realized in the last 6 months, that people are quite different to the way you thought. They think different things, they have different opinions. You know, some people watch television a lot, some people chucked their telly 30 years ago. That's what I should have done, but I didn't. And so we go the path of the masses, because it's easier. And I do like least resistance. Seriously. I like to walk the path of least resistance. But this is almost impossible now. There are a couple of things, actually. I have to be a little bit more productive right now, because I am selling things, because I'm broke. I made some beautiful pictures. I think they're quite beautiful. Usually I do them in workshop and the others do the pictures, and I just provide the backgrounds, like this. For instance, I've made quite a few of them because I was going to have a retreat weekend in June 2020 around the solstice, but it didn't happen. We all know why. So this one I started off, and I'm not sure yet whether, I don't think I want to sell the ready ones. This is actually for a friend, and I did another one for a friend, for a dear friend up there, and I did another one here because I needed to get out of my own way for a bit. So this says, isn't it chaotic? I thought I made this a bit too chaotic. Come on. Really, because actually it's a background, but some of them became more than a background. But it doesn't matter, it's still a background, right? And it says here, out of chaos comes order. And here it says, kindness rocks. Here's a little rock in the shape of a heart, and here's another little rock with a hole in it, which has a little pearl in it. And then it says love and joy, and it says my name, and it's number 10. So I don't know, for me it's just a representation of something chaotic having a meaning and coming into something else. So for me they are all meaningful, and they become meaningful for the person who does something with it. Because I have had friends who said, oh no, I'm just going to leave it like this. But no, don't leave it like this. This is just a background. Anyway, so I'm selling these for £18. I don't know, I haven't thought about making them for sale really. I think people should make them themselves. So that's what I'm selling. And then I'm also selling a 60th birthday present from my stepson, which I've never used because I think we had a basic misunderstanding. So he gave me this beautiful, amazing, big telescope right there. That's the telescope. It's a Celestron Astro Master 70. Right, I'm going to put it on the FB, Facebook. Sorry, Zippo, I know. Because he thought I'm into astrology and gave me something for astronomy, which is very kind, but I am not, this is like way beyond me. I know apparently I can see Jupiter with it and Mars, and I'm sure I can, but I never had a chance to. I can't work it, right? It's really complicated. It's for boffins who are into the stars, and I'm selling it. I'm trying to get £120 for it. It's got all the gubbins. Hold on a minute. It has the box. It has the box. It has the software, which I don't know whether people still use this. I got this 2 years ago. And it has everything in here. That's what it is. Oh no, it's the wrong way around. Celestron telescope. If you want to see the stars close up, and if you want to put them on your computer, you can do that. There's a little thing here, you know. And I would love for some, I mean, my dream was to have this in my studio, which was going to have a glass roof, and then I was going to have stargazing evenings. But that's not happened. So £120 and it's yours, and I can do all of this on the Facebook marketplace, where I'm going to put it, as I tried to do this for the last few days and I just haven't got around to it. And as I said, I would love to sell some of my lovely frames. I love making them. I always have lovely music on when I make them. When I have my workshops, it's one of my favorite things to just watch people creating. So here I created little things, you see. There you are. Everything is symbolic. And of course, if you do it yourself, it's your own symbolism. I love affirmations. You know, I usually use affirmations. When in a hurry, step number 1 for changing the entire world is falling in love with it as it is, and the same for yourself. I thought that's a good one to end with. Shall we do another one? Soothe yourself. Soothe yourself. I have this. This used to be a bedroom. It's now my living room. Soothe yourself and thoughts create. See, I have my own lessons all around me. And I should listen more to myself. So, hold your heart tight and then spread it out. Listen to some beautiful sounds, 528 heart frequencies, beautiful. I have it on in the background all the time. I just didn't want to put it on now because Facebook mutes you if you do use music which is copyrighted. Copyright, another good thing to learn about. So, you're not your name. You're not even your house. You're none of these things. You are a divine human being residing on planet Earth for however long you decided to be here. Enjoy Monday!